Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the GE microwave door handle. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new microwave door handle. The door handle is what you use to open the microwave door. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged and you can't open the microwave. In this video we're going to show you how to change out a microwave door handle. There's been many changes throughout the years of microwaves, but one thing that stayed pretty much the same is how to change the handles. So whether you're working on a over-the-range one or a countertop one, they're pretty much changed out the same. All you have to do is remove the inner door liner so you can get to the handle and take it off. First thing we're going to do is open up the microwave door. On the inside of the microwave door, there's this plastic liner that goes around the frame. And depending upon the style or the year or the make, you might have to get a putty knife and come in from the bottom or the inside. If it's a different style, you might actually have to come from the top and pop it out. But all the way around the edge, there's little retainer clips, and you just have to go around and very carefully pop this inner liner out so we can access the inside of the door. So on this door we had to go all the way around on the inside, but on the hinge side we actually have to come from the back side. Once you have all the clips released, you can pull the liner out. You can see all the clips that hold it in. Now that we have the small inner door panel off the door, we can see the screws. There's a few different variations. Some have 2 screws and some have 4. So you can remove these 2 screws and see if your handle comes off. If it does, great. You can just put the new one on. If it doesn't, that means we may have to separate the inner and the outer door, which is basically done the same way with a putty knife, so we can get to the other 2 screws and change the handle out. Now we can come in with our Phillips screwdriver and remove the screws that hold the handle in. It's kind of hard to reach in there and get that screw out unless you have a magnetic screwdriver. So we're just going to knock it out and catch it at the bottom of the door. Now that we have the screws out, we're going to try to pull the handle off. And in our case it won't come off because we have 2 more screws in between the inner and the outer panels. So we're going to use a small putty knife again to release the tabs. There's a few of them around the frame, so we can split these 2 in half. You want to be careful if your outer glass doesn't fall out. And your style of tabs may be different, but it should come apart basically the same way. Now that we have the door apart, you want to be careful depending upon your model. Sometimes there's nothing holding this outer door on, so you can take it off and set it on a counter, or just be careful that it doesn't fall off. Now that we have access to the inner screws, we can remove those so we can pull the handle out. And we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver again to take those out. Now that we have both the screws out, we can pull on the handle to release it so we can put the new one on. Here's the old door handle next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now we can put the new handle in. All we have to do is set it into its holes and make sure it seats in place. And then we can put the 2 screws in here and then snap the door back together. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to put those screws in. Now that we have the inner screws in, we can snap the inner and the outer door together. Depending upon your style of microwave, you may have some locator pins on the frame, and those have to go in the corresponding holes on the door. So when you're closing this, before you're trying to lock it in place, make sure all those pins are lined up so they don't cause anything to jam up and not close right. Once you have all the pins lined up, all you have to do is snap the door panels back together. And then we can put in the other 2 screws that hold the handle in. Now that we have the handle installed, we can put the inner panel on the door. All you have to do is line it up with the door frame and snap it back into position so all those little locking tabs we took off earlier snap back into place. Now that we have the part installed, we can close the microwave door, plug it back in, and reset the clock. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.